Good morning.
Good morning.
Um, Damn, that threw me off. Welcome to the Love Brew podcast. I'm Tommy T. It's my wife, Artika. It's another Saturday morning. Birds chirping.
I was out before the sun came up this morning. Good
Yeah,
morning, Sharon.
good morning. I said I ain't see nobody. Um, Quite a few things happened this week.
Thank
Oh
you.
yeah, it
Same
is
to
Happy
you.
Mother's Day. I
My
said
mo-
at the end so everybody can hear.
my mommy just left.
Um, yeah, I got to figure out what to get people. It's always a tough thing for me. I can't wait till I can stop thinking about it. Man, what you want to get these mothers in our lives?
The funny thing is that people tell you what they want, and you be like, "I'm not buying it," and
Yeah,
that's why you don't be knowing what to
it's
get people.
it's my money. I can do whatever I want to with it.
Yeah, but it takes a lot of the guesswork out to just get people what they ask for.
Yeah, but what if what they asked for is too much?
Well, the person in particular that we're speaking of didn't ask for too much.
Yeah,
You just don't want to get that person what
it,
they want.
it don't matter. It's my gift to this person. Get this person whatever I want to get them,
Anywho.
and they be happy about it.
Good morning, Collier. Good morning, Linda, and thank you. Same to you.
Good morning. We got a crazy episode, a lot of stuff to talk about. Not well, I wouldn't say a lot of stuff, but a little interesting things to talk about. Um, that happened this week. I'm still putting my list together so I don't get lost in the things, but hey, you know, that's how I roll.
Well, I'll start with this week. Um, my mom came in town on Tuesday and she left this morning. Lily cried this morning. My mama told her, "Well, when I come back and get you, mommy's gonna cry." I was like, "No, she's not." Mommy's gonna be like, "Why couldn't y'all take Quad too? If we going, let the going be good."
Yeah.
But now my mom came this week. Lily had field day at school on Friday, and that got rained in. Not necessarily rained in, but it rained really, really hard the day before field day. So they didn't want the little kids to be outside in the mud. So preschool got moved into the library, and kids had a blast. They played tug of war. They bowled. Somebody bought like the giant bowling pins and bowling balls that you would put out like in your yard. They did some type of parachute activity. They played Connect Four. Nobody tried to get four in a row. They was just
They're just stacking the
stacking them.
stuff.
Um, I can't remember what else they did, but they had quite a few activities. In there, my mom asked Lily what was her favorite part of field day. She said running
Did they run?
from station to station.
Did they have anything going on in the gym?
The bigger kids were in the gym. So fifth graders actually got to go outside because
It's
they
yeah,
didn't care about being in the dirt or the mud. They was just trying to eat from the food trucks.
yeah.
Um, I think fourth grade or third grade, one of those two grades was in the cafeteria. They pushed all of the what is it called? The tables away and they played in there. And their cafeteria is also their gym. So there's that.
Hmm.
But they yeah, the kids all seem to have been having fun. I don't think that they had two food trucks there. One of them that had funnel cakes and one of them that actually had food. The food truck with food ran out of food by like before 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I was like, y'all been playing this through because their big thing was chicken fingers and fries. And when I came in the office to get the paperwork to check Lily out of school, because it's field day, they do checkouts differently. You just get a card and you just give it to the teacher whenever you're ready to leave.
Yeah.
And when I went in the office to get the card, because I didn't know that that's what I needed beforehand, somebody was in there saying, they done ran out of fries. I was like, not at the elementary school, y'all didn't run out of fries. But they had just closed themselves off, like their truck window where you pass the food through. They just closed their gate, and I guess they was just waiting on dismissal
Mm-hmm.
to get on out of there. But overall, they had fun. Of course, this was her first field day. All the kids in her class first field day because they're all in preschool. But it was really good to see the same parents again. For the most part, it was a lot of the exact same parents, and yeah, kids running and jumping and playing, and getting to observe the kids in their classroom because we got there during their lunch.
Yeah.
Um, and you'd feel better that most of them kids eat picky like your child.
Yeah. I hate that she don't eat. Like,
She didn't even eat pizza. They gave them all pizza, and she just ate the pepperonis off the top
I
of
be
her
like,
pizza.
dog, just eat, man. I don't want to make all this extra
They
food.
had hamburgers, they had chips, they had celery and carrots. We bought her some fries from Chick-fil-A. Um, they had like her class ordered a box of pizza, and yet and still Lily's tray was full of food.
Yeah. I just don't understand. I'm personally, I don't understand it, but I probably was a picky eater when I was her age.
I
I
know I
don't remember.
was.
I know I didn't like vegetables. I remember having to sit at the table for a very long time. I don't know what time, like what was the time frame, but a very long time.
You was like the episode of the Cosby Show when Rudy had to sit there and eat her Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, we never had Brussels sprouts.
We
Like the
didn't
first
either.
time I had a Brussels sprout was with you, and they're
We didn't
like
either.
baby cabbages. I just
They're a
pop.
little bit
They're
more
like
bitter.
I don't care. I be popping them like popcorn, man. They're a great snack to
Okay.
me.
When
A-
roasted correctly.
yeah, and then to see them grow, cause we grew some one year, didn't we? We didn't
We didn't get
harvest
to
any.
harvest them
Yeah,
because the aphids got to them, but that was before we understood.
yeah. I was like, dog, that's something we should have grew this year.
I think it's a cooler weather crop, so we can do something this fall.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I remember having to sit at the table and just sit there and finish my food. Food gets cold, still gotta sit there. But I don't know, man. I don't know how you fight it or get over it or like what you do. So we still trying to figure that out.
Spend a lot of money on unnecessary foods.
Man, you try starving the kid, that don't work. All right, man. This is what we cooking. So you eat it or not. It's your
And
decision.
meanwhile, the only objection Quad has to food is the order in which you feed it to him.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, what you got?
Um, let's see. What can we start with? Well, to just kind of cap off everything, uh, Drake lost the battle. Maybe not the war, but he definitely lost the battle. Um, this past week, I think we talked about it last week. Drake and Kendrick,
Mm-hmm.
beef, but BBL Drizzy that beat and then They Not Like Us. It's Kendrick Lamar dropped They Not Like Us.
Mm-hmm.
That pretty much was like it has broken records.
What
And
records has it
like
broken?
it went number one on Billboard.
Okay.
It's most streams in a day, which I think Drake held that record.
Interesting.
Yeah. Most streams in a day. And I think this is like the fourth number one record Kendrick had or something like that. So
Mm-hmm.
um it's a big record. Huge
Did
record.
Kendrick and Drake have a song
They
together?
did
What
on his
song was
first
that?
album. What is the name? I don't know the name of the song.
Oh, Poetic
Yeah,
Justice.
that's it. It's the jump.
I know what
Oh,
song it
okay.
is. I have the CD, and I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't remember. I can't remember Drake rapping on it.
I do. I mean, like all BS aside, man. Drake is a great performer. I think he gets a lot of slack because he um seemingly tries to appropriate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's certain things he talk about, certain things that he's doing that we obviously see that he's lying. But it's like, how do
Like
you
what?
like?
What do you think he's appropriating?
I personally don't think he's appropriating. I just think like some of the things, like if he's not rapping about, I hate when he sings because I'd rather hear him rap.
That's why I never gave Drake a chance
Yeah,
because he started out singing.
but I think so far gone and his first album, I ain't too much like the first album because he sung a lot. But so far gone, he really to me like was doing his thing. And
Mm-hmm.
then kind of after that he got, he was able to make the connections he needed to, hence being under Lil Wayne, and everybody wanted to rap with Lil Wayne. Um and him and Nicki came up in the same, like pretty much the same time, and it's like, seeing his projection
Mm-hmm.
as a superstar and as a male superstar, and he's lived through that. He's basically has been a rapper who was a pop star,
Mm-hmm.
and he got his pop stardom from rap
Mm-hmm.
and singing.
Unfortunately.
But Kendrick, on the other hand, is straight hip hop artist,
Mm-hmm.
straight hip hop, and he's a large hip hop artist, like probably one of the best today,
Mm-hmm.
lyrically, and he makes hot songs. So it's like you seeing that and them two going back and back with each other, back and forth. But I mean, we obviously see where the talent
It's been a
was.
week now, so
Yeah, I mean, I say Kendrick won. I think we gotta, it's pretty much capped off now.
hopefully.
Maybe.
Now it's just going to all these other people because I saw that the game when it Rick Ross.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't have time for this.
I think a lot of it is opportunity.
Yeah.
There's an opportunity to go at somebody, so I'm gonna
Good morning,
go at him.
Deshauna.
Good morning, cousin. It's an opportunity there, so I'm gonna take it
Mm-hmm.
and see what type of shine I can get. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's what's going on, which I don't find anything wrong with it. It's just have you waited too late, and where's this coming from?
I always think about this as like reality TV, right?
Yeah.
If you don't have anything to sell,
Hmm.
why are you here?
Right. Right.
Because jumping into a beef, um,
The Christie.
I think it's the like Christy that does the Miss Charlene skits. I'm not sure.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
think. Um,
Can she tell jokes?
she came to my mama church
Did she?
a few years ago. But if you don't like reality TV, you shouldn't be there just for the reality TV check.
Yeah.
You should be using that to capitalize and have another business.
Hmm.
And I just don't feel like people should just be jumping in beef just to jump in beef. You need to be promoting something.
Yeah.
Like if we not here to,
Yeah.
sell a album, a tour,
Yeah.
I got a TV show coming out, something.
If you don't have anything else behind it, like if you bring in attention to your to you,
Hmm.
but then you don't have something else behind it, you're just out here doing something,
Hmm.
then it's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get you. A product or something like that. Um, yeah, I get that part, man. We've seen so many beefs starred and like randomly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just because of the two bigger heads, Kendrick Lamar and Drake, out here, doing their thing. Um, Shaq wrote a diss track about Shannon Sharpe.
I saw that.
I listened to it.
I did not.
I did. Shaq can rap.
Shaq is the largest person I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like he is so
Yeah,
large.
he's a big fella. He's a big fella.
And I don't mean like, ugh,
He's
but
a
he's
nah. He's a big fella.
and very
Uh,
nice guy,
yeah,
but he's
like
a
being
big
that
guy.
being that big. There's no reason for you to be mean or anything
Like
like that.
intimidating. Like
Yeah,
your size is intimidating.
right.
It didn't intimidate me, but like he's just a big guy.
Understand that if you walk in a room, there could be an overcast because you're in there. You could be blocking
And
the
his
light.
hands are so big.
Yeah.
It's the thing that I remember because he stuck his hands in a bowl to get some peppermints and he grabbed like 10 of them.
Yeah.
He was like, I was just trying to get like 2 or 3. Dude.
Shaq is out here writing diss tracks. But the thing about Shaq,
Did 'em.
yeah, the thing about Shaq is, and I'll get to the story before the diss track in a second. But the
Mhm.
thing about Shaq, if you go back and listen to like his older things, right? Like when he
All his things are older, except for
no,
this
I
track,
mean,
right?
like his, except yeah, right. Go back and listen to some of his music and the lyrics.
Mhm.
The beats are trash.
Mhm.
You know that he wasn't taken seriously because he was a basketball player. Like, what basketball player outside of Damian Lillard has had a great, was actually a great
I
artist
didn't
like
know
that?
Damien was a great artist.
Man, Damian Lillard can rap,
I don't
and his
really
beats aren't trash.
I don't really think of athletes as being artists, except for that one time Roy rap. I smoked, I drank. Supposed
Oh
to
yeah,
stop, but I
yeah, yeah,
can't.
right, right. He caught a catchy beat.
He did. He ain't
You
did
know,
anything else, but
no,
that one was
do
good.
it big.
That one was good. I'm who else had a who else attempted to have a rap
Kobe,
career? Kobe did try.
uh, uh, Ron. I want to say Ron Artest. You probably don't know. Meta World
No,
Peace.
I know who that is, but I'm saying like can't
Yeah.
song doesn't ring a bell.
Shaq,
I remember
Deion
Shaq.
Sanders.
I do.
And I mean, like Deion Sanders jump was dope.
Dion had Beyonce doing his dance. I mean, I guess she technically was Beyonce
Right,
at that
right,
point.
right.
But like that was like her thing when she met him was like, yo, I can do the dance.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who else. Who else?
Athletes turned music
But I want to say Shaq was the most
artists.
successful this at this junction. Because I think
Wow. Bernie Williams, never heard of him, but he was a New York Yankee and he released 2 albums and had been nominated for a Grammy.
really,
Mm-hmm.
didn't know.
Damian Lillard goes by Dame Dollar.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to think.
We've already mentioned Kobe and Shaq and Dion. Julio Iglesias.
I don't know who that is.
He was a professional footballer before he became a musician. Bruce Dickinson. I have no idea who he is.
It'd be crazy if they be like OJ Simpson.
Let that go. Allen Iverson. Jules 40.
Allen Iverson.
Yep. Apparently he had a lead single called 40 Bars.
Really?
Yeah.
Roy Jones.
Iman Shumpert.
I forgot about him, and he's good.
Lonzo Ball.
Iman Shumpert was on BET, one of BET Cyphers.
Was he?
Yeah, he's good.
Interesting. Nope.
Anyway,
That's what I was about to say. Well, moving on.
it's been a few athletes that have
Pacquiao?
Manny? He
Yeah.
was like a singer. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Anywho, go ahead.
Uh I'm trying to share this on my Facebook and I don't know how to spell discussion. Is it two S's or one?
Give me a phone.
I ain't the greatest speller in the world, man.
I didn't know that about Julio. That's what made me
Who's
say
Julio?
Julio Iglesias.
Who is that?
Don't worry about it. Your phone is spelling the word for you.
Damn. Oh yeah, here, sure now. Give me my phone back.
Go
Give me my phone back.
ahead.
uh, but yeah, so Shaq wrote a diss track about Shannon Sharpe. Basically, it came from Shannon. Shaq did an interview on NBA on TNT about Jokic. Jokic won the MVP. I think this is third or fourth one.
Mhm,
Don't quote me on it. I know it's at least his third one. Um, and basically Shaq has been saying and said to Jokic's face or in the interview, I don't believe that you deserve to win that one. I think it should have went to SGA, which is a forward or guard for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Um, and you know, he took that and he was like, "All right, that's your opinion."
mhm.
So he's like, "Okay, whatever, that's your opinion. Cool." Jokic, left it. Shaq, not Shaq, but Shannon Sharpe went on his podcast with Ocho Cinco and Gilbert Arenas, the after hours joint that they do, not the one that you know.
Shannon is just he shouldn't have nothing else to talk about because he
Hold on,
podcast out.
hold on. I admire what Shannon Sharpe is doing.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying that's two with Ocho,
Yeah,
and then
no, it's
Club.
one. It's
Oh, it's
one.
one. It's just an after hours.
Yeah, it's just what theirs had turned into.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just, and they added Gilbert Arenas. He don't come on all the time, but
Gilbert is. I ain't got nothing to do today. I'm gonna drop.
yeah,
Okay.
something like that. But so they did that, and Shannon responded in saying Shaq only has one MVP award, and basically is not in the position to be like, hey, don't say,
Mm-hmm.
it should have went to X, Y, and Z, and then he was like, he's never in the conversation of being the greatest to one of the greatest to play, um, and stuff like this. It kind of like was like Shaq's work ethic wasn't the best, and if
Mm-hmm.
he was like to be as dominant of a player as Shaq was when he played, how is he not? How did he only win one MVP?
Shaq was always gonna be overshadowed by Kobe.
I think you're absolutely correct, but I also think it's a matter of not necessarily overshadowed by Kobe, but it was everybody was paying attention to Kobe.
Mhm. That's what I mean by overshadow.
Okay, but yeah, but Shaq was doing the dirty work
Okay.
because Shaq was the one that's winning the Finals MVPs.
The most that I think about with Shaq and his playing of the sport is fouls.
Yeah, that hurt him.
And he can't shoot free
He
throws.
can't shoot. He'll break a free throw.
Man,
I wonder how
you be
many.
like, stand there and shoot it again.
I wonder how many threes did Shaq make.
I don't know. He ain't make a lot.
I didn't think he
Not
did.
during the course of his career that
Oh
I
no,
saw.
no, I've never seen Shaq shoot a three.
And my mama watched a lot of basketball.
Yeah, but Shaq's thing, right? And he said this was he wanted to be the most dominant.
Hmm.
He didn't care about being the greatest player. I want to strike fear in you when you see me,
Hmm.
and when I get the ball, I want to be able to slam on you. I don't think Shaq's play today
Hmm.
or the way he played to would be able to he wouldn't be able to do that in today's league.
Hmm.
First off, everything he does will be a foul.
Hmm.
You know,
He got to fall out, roll
absolutely
around.
everything what he does will be a foul. But his dominance, he wouldn't be able to go out on the wing and because you got 7-foot players that's stepping back and shooting threes,
Mm-hmm.
and he gotta contest that.
They halfway to the goal just by putting their arm out like this.
Yeah. So it's like Shannon saying all these things. It's fact. You
Mm-hmm.
know, he only got one MVP of the
Mm-hmm.
regular season. But also on the flip side, Shaq's response to it is, "You're not in the top 10." This is parts of the diss, calling him not in the top 10 of his profession.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in his position, he is. You know, he's not. He don't make as much money. When the person start talking about money, you don't make as much money as I do. You ran out of stuff to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And Shaq did that. You don't make the money I make,
We don't know
obviously,
what
Shaq.
he making,
No, I mean Shaq got him.
but we don't know what Shannon's making. We don't know what Shannon's investments were like
Shannon,
when he was
look,
in the league.
Shannon admitted, no, I don't have as much money as you do.
But nobody knows how much money anybody
Nobody
has.
cares.
I don't, because I'm not spending any of
I don't either.
it.
I don't care how much money you make, because on the outside looking in, this always looks like more money to me. I'm always striving to get to your point, but you had a head start. You played in the league where your minimum is
Was a lot
way
more than I make right now.
right. My minimum is federally funded.
And you were not making the league minimum at any point.
At any point, you was not.
And Deshauna is soccer, not American football,
Yeah,
but it's still football.
yeah.
I just had to get that out.
Oh, okay. I appreciate you clearing that up, because I was like, when I saw Julio, I was like, Julio Jones.
No, Julio Iglesias.
Yeah. Um. But yeah, man, it's funny that Shaq, and it's not off brand that Shaq makes a
Good
diss.
morning,
Good
D.
morning, D. It's not off brand that Shaq made a diss track.
No, it's not.
You know,
Not surprising at all.
I'm finna go in the booth and make
He
this
probably
diss
has a
track.
studio in his house
I wouldn't
that's
put
like,
it
yeah,
past him.
well, I ain't got nothing else to do. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna go downstairs. Give me a beat.
yeah. But it's hilarious because Shaq is probably like 50. I want to say.
Him and Shannon about the same
Yeah, they
age.
about the same age, and it was like, I'm finna go make a diss track. And the funniest thing to me, or the funniest thing I thought about, is what if Shannon gets in the booth?
First off,
He wouldn't.
Shannon is not articulate enough to
Right.
be in the booth.
His tongue is too big.
Exactly. The nice way of saying it is he's not articulate enough to
Oh
be in the
man,
booth. We got to know our strong points.
you be sitting there
Now,
spitting all on the mic
the
and stuff.
interesting thing is interviewing is not necessarily his strong point,
Nah.
but he's making a killing doing it.
Yeah, because he's found a spot that he's just, I'm finna go at it.
Now, the interesting thing, speaking of Shannon, in this week, I haven't finished this interview yet. I started watching like a really long clip, and then I went back to the beginning of the full interview.
Mm-hmm.
But I was listening to him and his Gary Owen interview, and Shannon has terrible segues.
Does he?
Yep.
What happened?
So, talking about Gary's brother overdosing, Gary trying to get custody of his niece. And then the next question that Shannon asks is, can you tell me about what it's like dating black women versus white women?
Where do you go from that?
How do we get to that from a heroin overdose and I'm trying to get custody of my niece? You see what I mean?
To dating, I mean kids. That's a way to get there.
The segue wasn't there. He literally said, let me ask you this. What is it like dating black women to you?
I seen that. That part. And he was just like, I don't know. I guess it's like gay people. I was like, you know what?
He
That's
said he had
that's
one
solid.
white girl in the 90s.
And he knew it wasn't for him.
And she also dated black men.
Yeah.
He said he still keep in touch with her on Facebook, and she got mixed kids too. And he was like, "Yep, we knew it."
Yeah, I think let's you know.
You are right, Deshauna. Journalistic coaching is what he needs. He just need to take a few journalism classes.
Yeah,
They
I
offered
mean,
at your local college.
the thing about it
I
is
took them.
he's looking at it. He's from a place of he was on TV for 7 or 8 years
Hmm.
discussing his sports, right? So now that he's off that, he has the platform because we're gonna watch it.
I watch. I don't watch a lot of interviews, and Cat is really what started me watching his interviews, right?
Yeah,
And Shannon has caught like it's funny because the comedians have been going at him, mostly DL. And now Shaq going there.
well, Shaq going at him out of response to what he said about him. It's almost like saying, saying something about you that's truthful.
Well, no. I'm not getting mad about that. I'm just saying, like, Shaq's going at him. DL went at him, but DL's reason was stupid.
Yeah,
DL got mad at him because of what somebody else said. And
yeah.
it's like, should Shannon do better at asking more qualifying questions behind blanket statements? Absolutely. Is he going to? No.
Why Claude just tell Lily, come on,
And threw something down the steps.
it's a cone.
Um, I I don't know. It's very interesting to me. Um, Shannon's approach to things, and he has people that he's paying to assist.
Yeah, his knee is completely out of
It is. He
there.
didn't. It was a little hole,
Yeah,
and he's just
he
made
just
it
been
gaping.
sitting there playing with it now.
You want some oatmeal? Your oatmeal's on the table. Yeah, go get it. You don't need me.
I'm just sitting here like, what's up, brother? But no, I just think, I think it's funny, man. Shaq and Shannon. And Shannon also called him envious of the other guys winning the MVPs. Envious of the other guys winning the MVPs. Hey, man, you don't gotta make all that noise, man. What's up? Huh? I don't know what you said. What you want to watch? You want to watch what? Oh, Roma and Diana. Okay. We just had the Nightcap. That's the name of it. Nightcap is the name of his podcast, Ocho Cinco. Excuse me, guys. We just had to take a minor break, kids break. Um, because the kids are up today. Yeah, I know. How did she find this?
On the portal.
Oh, that man just got fed up with Lily and her mess, didn't he? I'm out of here.
He can't even open the door.
She opened it for
I know.
her.
But then he told her to come on. So was he really fed
Come
up?
on, we out of here.
He's so funny. Like
We busting
listening
out of
to
this joint.
his words come out.
Yeah.
Because he told on my mama yesterday. He said, "Mama, keep messing with me."
Mm,
And then he looked at her and said, "Stop." Why am I sitting on Bluey?
I don't know. But anyway, moving right along, man. That Shannon and Shaq beef probably be over by today
I
because
don't think
Shannon's.
there is a beef.
I mean, it's not, but you know, Shaq wrote a diss track. Go listen to it. Let us know what you think about it. Um, Something that I saw that I was just passing by. I wasn't gonna bring it up until you put it in our little folder, but a teacher was getting his hair taken down by students this past week. I don't have an article on it. Do you have an article
Just
too?
what I sent you.
Um, and basically, he way that it was explained in the video was he was getting his students to take his hair down because he had a hair appointment right after school
Hmm.
and he couldn't take his hair down before. And so it's been a lot of uproar because it was his students doing it.
Hmm.
I think he's a high school teacher, and it was he. It's him being a male teacher getting female students to take his hair down. We know how we want to protect children and how feet like I just read a book about this. Or
What
listen
book?
to it. The one with the crazy
With Frida.
yeah, with Freedom McFadden,
Hmm.
that one. Uh, so basically, he got the kids once they got finished doing their work. They had a big STEM test or something like that. If they did good, and all their work was done, he would let them take his hair down. I don't know why that was a prize, but
Um,
what's your thoughts on it?
Girls like doing hair. Like I look at like Lily. If I give Lily a few rubber bands,
Mm-hmm.
she will play in my hair until the ends of the earth.
Yeah.
Um, I could get how parents could feel that it's inappropriate, but I could also get where if it was a woman teacher, um, people wouldn't be as outraged, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's because of the gender of the teacher. I was actually watching this one teacher who's not a teacher anymore, Miss Richardson. She's one of those people that used to do like the videos that would go viral about stuff happening in the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
And she was saying that things are very different now than when she was in school because her basketball coach when she was in school
Mm-hmm.
used to take her home from school. She would take her shopping, she would get her hair done. But she was like, my teacher knew that my mom and daddy had a lot of kids.
Yeah.
And there was just things that I was missing out on
Yeah.
because I was one of the many kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she may have been an older kid or one of the middle kids, and she wasn't growing out of things as fast as, say, the babies or the older ones.
Yeah.
But when her teacher saw that things didn't fit, she would go and spend money on those things to help them out. She was like, when she turned around and started coaching basketball at the school that she didn't get, she said the only contact that we had with students was through like a system.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the equivalent of I'm gonna go in and send out an email and it texts all my students. But she was
Yeah.
like, I didn't have their phone numbers.
Yeah.
I don't have their parents' information. It's all set up through this system. I just go in and click a name and send out stuff. um, I agree with that, Deshauna. Like when you think about the parts of like high school for like the biggest example that I can think
Yeah.
of that stick out for you the most are those teachers that you spent time with outside of the traditional classroom setting, like my orchestra teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Um, never took me home or anything like that, but I used to have to stay after school with him to practice
Mm-hmm.
when we would have like all city, all state, all west practice and stuff like that. Like you were with him all the time.
Yeah.
One of my algebra teacher was a basketball coach. I used to do fundraisers for the basketball
Yeah.
team. So I would go to his classroom before school started because he was my very first class of the day, and I would sell chips and cookies and drinks for the
Mm-hmm.
girls basketball team.
Yeah.
And nothing inappropriate in either one of those relationships, but this was my before school, this was my after school, and they both stick out. Um, I wasn't doing nobody hair, but I don't like doing hair. So that wouldn't
Yeah.
have been appealing to me anyways. If
Yeah.
a teacher, male or female, had said, "You want to take down my hair?" No.
I personally don't understand the appeal of doing hair.
hmm But think about your niece.
Yeah.
When she stayed with us, she
First,
was
yeah.
all in Lily's head. She
Yeah.
gave Lily baby hair galore.
Yeah. But it the optics look bad because it's a male teacher
hmm
and these are female students. Would it question comes up, would he allow a boy to do that?
hmm
You know, would it, because the thing is, if he allows a boy to do it, he's looking at it from a standpoint of these are students. I just need my hair taken down.
But would a male student even have volunteered?
I don't know. That's something I wouldn't like if he was, because you think of it like this: if a male student, if he was needing a haircut, didn't have hair, just needed a haircut because he was, you know, and you knew one of the male students could cut hair or
hmm
cut hair on the side, nobody would think about it. Nobody would think about, oh, he's cutting his hair at school.
She said, depending on how fine he was.
Oh my goodness.
No. And we actually had I can't remember what grade I was in, but there was a girl who wrote in her diary about having relations with the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out he didn't even know who she was.
Do what now?
She wrote in her diary about having relations with the
And he
teacher.
didn't even know this teacher.
He
He
didn't
ain't
even
got
know.
fired and some more
He didn't
stuff.
get fired.
Oh, he did.
There was an investigation.
Yeah.
It never like went to the I don't think it ever went to the city or like the school board or anything. But there was an investigation done. And in that investigation, like it was like she admitted to her mama, like, I don't know this man. I
Yeah.
just see him at school. But her mom found it and brought it to the
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
And so, like, of course, he left our school after that.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's still teaching or not, but he left our school after that. And it was like there was no findings that he did anything besides exist.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, what do you do with it?
You keep them away from me too.
But I mean, that's why he left.
Yeah.
One, but what do you do with it?
It's
And they were away from each other because remember, he don't know who she
yeah,
is.
right, right. It's one thing, like I'm just reading the comments and
I'm
yeah,
gonna start at V's.
I really don't think he meant any harm. He just needed his hair
Mm-hmm.
taken down. And if there was nothing for them to do at the end of the school year, need my hair taken down. Hey, can y'all do this? You know, if you did all your work, woo, 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 you can come take my hair down. And they seem to enjoy it, you know.
I agree, Deshauna. I don't like people touching me, so I have two very touchy feely kids,
Yeah.
but I don't like people touching me like that, and like I don't want to do your hair.
Yeah. That's so funny. But it just looks bad.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it looks extreme optics wise because of the relationships that we have now evolved to with teachers.
Mhm.
We have seen where teachers have, and it's crazy that I read a book about this where the teacher basically, that's the name of the book is, or I listened to, the name of the book is The Teacher,
Mm.
where the teacher took advantage of a 16-year-old,
This was by Frida.
yeah,
Mm.
16-year-old girl where they, I think Massachusetts or something that they were based in, I can't remember, where it was it was consent, right?
Mm.
They took it way further than what this teacher did, but the idea that the teacher, a superior,
Mhm.
can manipulate a child into doing what they want to do
Mhm.
is the optics, is what it looks like, and it looks like a form of manipulation. Whereas in, you know, where he's looking at it from is, I just need my hair taken down.
Mhm.
These are the people that said, hey, take, you know, I'll do it,
Mhm.
and we put parameters up, you know, and they pass those parameters,
Mhm.
you know. It just looks extremely bad, and for him to be a black male teacher one that we don't see a lot,
Mhm.
right? It's not a bad looking guy. Um, right. Young dude, not too much older than them.
First of all, he was live streaming it on TikTok.
Yeah, he live streamed. Yeah.
So that tells me he's young already or young adjacent.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I look at a lot of teachers because there's this one teacher that Tommy and I have seen each other videos from who posts like the things my students say to me.
Yeah.
And they that teacher in particular, she has a really great relationship with her students. She's young adjacent. I don't know how old she is, but she looks
Yeah.
fairly young. I don't think she's early 20s or anything. But like I think it was Deshauna was saying, like, you like to see those relationships. And I think that her students have like twirled in her hair a time or two.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was like she need to get her hair done.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure her students have taken down her braids, if
Well, I
I'm
mean,
not mistaken. And it doesn't get the same uproar
well,
that a
we
man gets.
sexualize it because it's a man and a woman,
Mm-hmm.
or man and male and female.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's sexualized because of that, and then it's sexualized because it's a teacher and student,
Mm-hmm.
and that relationship, it should be aligned in that relationship. And now today, to reach these students, you have to go past that line.
In some
In
cases.
some cases, you have to go past the line just to meet them where they are, to
Mm-hmm.
teach them. This the oldest thing I'm about to say, but back in my day in school,
Okay, almost 40.
right. Back when I was in school, it was you do what I say or that's it. But now today, it's so much stuff that they have access to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we had when I was in high school, we had a gateway computer for the house.
Mm-hmm.
You know, dial up internet,
Mm-hmm.
and if somebody, you know, was on the phone, you can't use it.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you ran out of minutes, like that's crazy, right?
Now everybody in your house can have a device before they turn 5.
Right. A phone.
Well, I wouldn't give mine
No,
under
like I
5.
know people that have their kids are our kids' age have a phone. They're able to call, look at what they want to. Like our child has a tablet.
She does. But her tablet is locked down in a manner that
Yeah.
she can't do stuff like that.
Right. So it's a matter of you have to be able to the kids gotta trust you as a leader, right? And you have to put in them trusting you and trusting that you're not going to do anything to put them in harm's way. They have to believe in you,
Mhm.
and
I feel
that's
like I look as sleepy as I am.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
you do. I
I've
need
been
you
up
to
since
perk up.
I've been up a mighty long time.
Well, I mean, like you got to get it together,
I'm
man.
at 7 hours now.
You
I'm
gotta
sorry.
get it together, man.
It's the end of the workday.
Shoot, you got a whole day to go through. But you know, I don't know, man. It's I don't see anything wrong with it, but I don't know how I would feel
Mhm.
if that was one of my
I've had teachers I had a bond with without interacting physical connections. I agree.
yeah.
Like I named two.
Yeah. But it's none of my teachers ever act like I'm not gonna like there's nothing
Like
that
if I saw them now, it would definitely be a hug
yeah,
involved. But I'm grown, and I think both of them that I named are retired now.
yeah. I've always been a hugger, so it's like the one interaction outside of school for with a teacher was my teacher took me, Map, um, I think Charles Benny and Vic
You gave
to
this person hold on.
yep. I ain't hang out with him like that.
Okay.
You know, he played basketball with them, and I was just one of the Vic and Map,
Yeah.
you know, and the teacher, he took us to a Hawks game
Good
to see
morning, Donna.
Good
Oh, I
morning.
saw that picture.
Yeah. And we was like, what would Brown do for you?
Mm-hmm.
Because Brown was supposed to go and he didn't,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And so we all went
The
to a
fact
Hawks.
that y'all were on last name basis.
Mr.
I
Brown.
know, but I'm saying like y'all just call him Brown, not me.
But that was the relationship. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? That was the relationship that we had. And these were great teachers. They would teachers that was classrooms right next to each other, so everybody was cool with each other, and they took us to the Hawks game,
Mm-hmm.
to see LeBron James play in his rookie season, um, and stuff like that. But that was a thing that they did extra. Of course, our parents said, "Yeah, you can do this" and stuff like that. But I mean, they took care of us in that way.
Yeah, I didn't want nobody touching me, D. Like, nobody. Don't touch me. I ain't gonna touch you.
Yeah, I've always been a touchy feely person.
And now I live with three people that like to touch
Yeah. Um.
and just be sitting there like this.
Last thing I wanted to talk about was this big one. One, congratulations to him, to Rudy Gobert, who recently won Defensive Player of the Year. I think it's his fourth year winning this Defensive Player of the Year and having his first baby.
Okay.
The controversy is Rudy Gobert is a center for I think the Timberwolves.
Ain't he the one that got COVID?
Yep. He's the one that brought COVID to the brought attention, was the first NBA player to get COVID.
After he was like,
Touching the mics and doing all this stuff.
yeah.
COVID ain't real and stuff like that. Um he's a Frenchman.
Mm.
But that is so funny, the Frenchman. He plays for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And okay. Rudy go kids made a bump and then somebody said I and
And Lily said, sorry.
so this past week, game 2, Timberwolves versus the Denver Nuggets. He decided not to play in the game to see his wife or girlfriend, whoever, his first to see his first child being born. Um,
I think that was a solid decision.
it's been controversy because some other basketball players have also chimed in on it, saying that he should have. Basketball players and football players have chimed in and said that he should not have missed the game for the birth of his child.
They can shut up.
Um,
Honestly and truly, you can miss work to see something that's never going to happen again,
mhm,
right? The birth of a child absolutely falls into that category of this will not happen again.
yeah,
Because even if you have other kids, this one will not be born again.
mhm,
And if he was in a position to make it, great, go. It could have been that he wasn't in a position to make it. He could have. It's got to be tough for her in general. And I think about us. I was actually talking to one of Lily's teachers about this. But it has to be tough when, you can't go through with a lot of the things in the pregnancy because you're working.
mhm,
Like, it wasn't even because you were working, it was because Lily couldn't come into the doctor's office during COVID.
mhm,
At the beginning of my pregnancy with Quad, they had the doctor's office locked down where it was just the moms coming for the visits. Towards the middle of the pregnancy, they lifted that and was like, um, one guest can come with you to like hear the heartbeat, stuff like that. Tommy literally did not get to go to an appointment with Quad until the day before he was born. We weren't expecting that he was going to be born the next day.
mhm,
But you didn't get to go to the hospital to the doctor's office until the day before because we had another child. And it just didn't make sense to organize middle of the day childcare
yeah,
for you to go and be in the room to hear a heartbeat when I could FaceTime you
yeah,
and you still heard the exact same
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Because you got to do the like figuring out the gender with me,
yeah,
but still on FaceTime.
yeah,
Um, and we don't know how much of that he's missed
mhm,
because of being on the road. And if you can go to the birth of your kid because you can make it, like everybody else can shut up.
Well, my whole thing is, first off, it's none of our business.
Right.
This like that's a discussion he has with his teammates, his well, first off, his family,
Mm-hmm.
his teammates,
Mm-hmm.
his coaches, and the owners.
And the woman.
And the who?
The woman.
His family.
No, I mean, I don't know if she's
She's his
technically.
fiance. I
Okay.
just looked that up. But I include that as his family because, she having his baby. Ain't that a song?
So you're having my baby.
Yeah. Anyway, so you have that discussion with those people,
Mm-hmm.
and it's more so the family is who you have the discussion with. Everybody else is you just saying, "Hey,
I'm
this
putting
is
you on notice.
this is what's gonna happen."
Prepare the others.
Right. Pretty much. But it's if anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have this discussion with your family and you talk to your teammates
Mm-hmm.
because they're an extension
Mm-hmm.
of family because you're going to battle with these folks and your coach. But the thing that I said when I first heard it was like, good for him.
Mm-hmm.
He made a decision that he has to live with. Win or lose, this is what happens.
For me, I'm just happy that he was able to do it.
Yeah.
Because again, it could have been where she had the baby early
Hmm.
and he was thousands
Thousands.
of
Yeah,
miles
yeah.
away and he couldn't get there. Cause I think about like how fast Lily came.
Right.
There is no private jet that could have even got you here fast
Nah.
enough.
Nah.
Maybe with Quad,
Yeah.
but absolutely not with Lily.
And
And so you get in that position again. I'm never going to be able to see this child be
right,
born
right.
again.
And it's his first child. Like
Sorry.
an experience that he's never seen. And then secondly, right?
Hmm.
You look at it how, and I don't know who I was listening to that brought this up, how women, like y'all on the precipice of death.
Hmm.
It's a life or death situation, and then just for me not to be there, your husband, your fiance, not to be there in a time that there may be something wrong because I always think back to when Quad was born and no Lily too. I think no with Lily you was already everybody was like it's go time, but
Hmm.
with Quad I'm sitting in there you like this baby is coming and they still just lollygagging. Hey, she said this baby is coming. What do we need to do? You know, I am here listening to my wife because this is what my wife is saying.
I laugh at you because she kept trying to get me to like drink stuff and eat
Yeah.
stuff to get my blood sugar up. And you was like, come on, man. I was like, I don't want that. You was like, come on, she trying to make you drink it. I don't want no apple juice. I don't want no grape juice.
yeah.
If you hand me one more peanut butter cracker, I'm gonna fight
Yeah.
somebody.
But
Don't give me nothing else.
it's you know, I get what the other players were saying, like the other basketball and athletes, because I'm not looking at it from an athlete standpoint, right?
You're looking at it from a dad standpoint.
Yeah. I get what they're saying. Hey, you don't know how many more times you got this, right? You don't know if this game, if you're not there, y'all lose. Luckily, they won.
Mhm.
I think the T Wolves
But you
are.
said it was game two.
Yeah, it was game two.
So even if y'all lost game two without me there, we still got another game to
But
fight.
you don't know how the swing could you don't know how me missing this game could affect the outcome of this series. And we don't know how many times we're gonna get here in
Mhm.
this place and to miss a key part of our to be missing a key part of our um player
Mhm.
or key part of our team, how it's gonna affect us. They did win the game,
Mhm.
but it's you don't know.
Mhm.
So it's that part. Now I think about this too. What if it was during the finals?
Mhm.
That's definitely a discussion I have before we even get to the hey, if this baby is supposed to come between May and June, wherever we are in the playoffs, what are we gonna do? I'm gonna miss a game if it's on the day that we
Mhm.
have to play, or you tell your folks, hey, I'm gonna go play in this game, but as soon as this game is over, I'm out and I'm back to you.
Mhm.
Like I said in the beginning, man, it's none of our business. But I just think I personally think he did the right thing because one, he's already getting paid,
Mhm.
and then two, if if you have to sit out a game, you can get it suspended from a game for anything.
Mhm.
You can get ejected. Two technical fouls get you out of the game anyway. So it's a lot of things that can happen that can get you suspended from a game, and they missing you anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
But
But
for a birth of a child, I think that's fair to say, hey
go
man, go ahead.
go see that baby be born.
Now
Some moments you'll never get back.
if this your eighth child, I don't know if I'm gonna miss a game. If this your fourth child, I may not miss that. You know what I'm saying? Like I may go to the game and then afterwards come to you. But your first child, I'm missing that game.
I don't know. I never dream of having that many children, so there's that. Anywho,
Yeah. Anyway, man, we finna get on out of here, man.
y'all take a nap for me today. I've been up since 2:30 this morning.
Yeah.
I'm on the seventh
I
hour.
don't know what to say about that. But um yeah, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Thank you for kicking it with us this morning. Hope you guys have a beautiful weekend and go out, enjoy the weekend, do something fun. It's sunny out here today, so
It is a beautiful day out. Maybe I
we
can get the rest of this stuff planted in the yard.
maybe hopefully. So there it is.
I was about to
We
say
out.
bye. Bye, y'all.
Peace.